Good day, everyone. I'm Dr. Carolyn Rosesmith. Welcome to day 4, episode 1. No day is promised, right? The focus of today is very important as I want us all to take the time to reflect on our lives, right? Each day is ticking by, right? And so we need to take the time to reflect and to make sure that we're living life to the fullest, right? It could be in relation to our personal and professional goals, right? For me, for example, right, I always want to start a Jamaican restaurant, and I wanted to start one since I was in my early 20s, right? So I wrote down on a piece of paper, I started a business plan, right, on a piece of paper, and started looking into doing that, right? And it doesn't matter if I change my wallet or my purse. I take that piece of paper and I put it in my new wallet or my new purse, right? They always say if you want to do something, write it down, right? And even though I'd gone on in my life, to serve in the United States Air Force and accomplish all my degrees, my bachelor's, master's, doctorate, I always have that piece of paper in there in my wallet reminding me, that, this is part of my goal that I want to accomplish, right? I also want us to focus on mending bridges today in this episode too as well, right? Mending bridges, right? We may be having some personal or professional issues with whether it's we're having issues with our children or parents or other guardians, other family members, friends, colleagues, just, another other associates, right? We got to make sure we're taking the time to reflect and to make sure, to assess whether we need to mend some bridges so we don't look back at life with regrets, right? I remember when I came up to when I moved to the United States when I was in my teens, and shortly after moving to the States, my grandmother passed away, and even till this day, that's very very hard for me to deal with, right? Yeah, and but the big thing is that I know that I was very close with her. I have no regrets there. She know how much myself and my siblings and other family members about how much we loved her. But what I wouldn't give just to have just one more day, to see that her beautiful face and just give her such a big hug and kiss. All right. So I want to make sure we're taking the time to make sure we're reflecting on our lives, thinking about things that we want to accomplish in life and going for it, but also, mending bridges. So if there is anything going on with someone we care about, that we're taking the time to swallow our pride, right? And to contact that person and, and mend that bridge. All right. So we're going to go ahead and talk some more about that as we go along. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right. Okay, so life is not perfect, right, guys? So at times we may be having issues with someone in our life, right? Again, it could be our children, or or a family member, or our colleague, or someone out there, right? So we need to take the time to reflect and decide, is that person important to us, right? And if that person is important to us, we need to take steps to rectify whatever the situation is, right? Because again, no day's promised. We never know what's going to happen, and we don't want to look back at life with regrets, because something happens and we can't, then we're going to say, man, I wish I had the opportunity to go and let that person know how much I love or care about them, or I'm sorry for what I did, or whatever, right? So we need to move past the grudges, right? And we need to move past whatever disappointments we're having. It shouldn't be about, hey, they need to make the first move. I shouldn't have to be the one to make the first move. So we need to stop all that mess, right? And focus on, you know, taking steps to let the other person know how much we care, right? And to talk, and so talk about what is hurting, right? What is it that's going on? Why are we hurting? Did something happen where maybe that person, hurt our feelings, or did we do something to hurt someone's feelings, right? So we need to take the time to talk about what is hurting, right? And if we feel like we can't do that by alone, right, with you and that person, nothing is wrong with getting additional help if you need support. It may be other family members, helping to mediate the situation, right? Or friends can step in and help out with that, or other mental health professionals, right? You may go and speak to a counselor, right? Or it could be something too, you can even invite the other person to join you in counseling, right? as well. So, or it could be religious leaders, right? Have the religious, other, religious leaders assist with whatever is going on, right? So the big thing is just don't stay stuck, right? Whatever is going on, just don't stay, because the day is ticking away, right? Today, before you know it, is gone. Then the next day, and before you know it, it's going to be, right now it's 2019, and before you know it's going to be 2020, right? And you're going to say, wow, that year went by really fast, right? So we need to take steps to mend those bridges, um, with you know with someone that is that we may be having issues with, but we know that they're important to us, right? So we need to be able to forgive each other, right? To just swallow that pride. And a lot of us are, we're full of pride, including me. So we need to just be able to, swallow that pride and take steps, right, to mend those bridges. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so again, no day is promised, guys. So let's take the time, right now, to appreciate, thank, and compliment each other's, right? I'm a big advocate of doing things face to face, in person if we can, right? To get that, wonderful human component in there, right? If you're not able to do it face to face, then, hopefully you'll be able to give someone a call so they can hear your voice. Or, nowadays you can do stuff by video call, right? Like FaceTime and Skype, right? So, the big thing is, it would be, is to try to get others to see, to see each other's face, to hear each other's voice, right? Also, one of the things I loved doing when, as I was growing up, is writing a letter, right? Or getting a letter. I think those are so personal. So, sometimes we got to get back into the old fashioned, grab a paper, grab a pen, write that letter, put it in the envelope, and put a stamp on it and mail it out. I think people would just love getting letters. But I definitely understand, this is the age of technology. So if you prefer, hey, send an email, send a text. All right. So I understand, a lot of us are using technology to communicate. But I think it's really wonderful if we can take time to, to see people that we care about, and say things to them face to face again, or they can hear our voice on the other end. All right. So let's appreciate, thank, and compliment each other, guys. Hey guys, while I do have an appreciation for technology, we also have to be mindful that we don't overuse technology, right? For example, if we're in the same house, right, we need to communicate face to face instead of sending each other a text message, okay? For example, if my older daughter send me a text message, right, I might say to her, "Hey, didn't I just see you in the kitchen? Why didn't you just tell me that face to face, right?" So yeah, sometimes I might say to her, "Hey, let me know what you're going to tell me face to face, and then if I think it's something that I won't be able to remember, I might ask you to follow up with a text message," right? But I think we have to be careful not to be so dependent on technology that we forget, right, to take the time to see each other's face or to hear each other's voice, right? Again, we have to take those moments to appreciate each other. And again, no day's promise. So we want to make sure we can remember each other's face or each other's voice. All right. So let's not overuse technology. Okay. All right. Hey guys, again, the focus of today is to ensure that we're living life to the fullest, right? Because no day is promised, right? Again, sometimes we may be having issues with those that we care about in our lives, but we need to swallow that pride again and let people know that, we are sorry, right? So we may say, "I apologize, I'm sorry," all right? And not have that ego or that pride stopping us, right? From having that type of relationship that you could truly be having with that person, okay? So again, the best medicine is saying to others, right? "I love you," okay? And just by saying that alone, I think that will be like an icebreaker, to let others know that we really care and love them. All right. So I too want to send a shout out to my children, to my husband, to all my family members, my siblings, everyone, my best friend, everyone, right? To let you all know how much I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support. Thanks for always being there, right? And I am encouraging you guys as well to go let your family, your friends, you know, right, how much you love and care and appreciate them. All right. And I also appreciate all you guys who take the time also to review my videos, to take the time to listen to my message, my inspiration, my motivation as to what I'm going through each day. And again, I really hope that it's helpful to you guys as well. All right. So go let others know today again how much you love them. All right. Hey guys, I'm going to highly recommend that you take time out of your day to reflect on whether you're living life to the fullest. And if you believe that you are not, okay, for example, that you're not accomplishing all your personal professional goals, or if your relationship is not where you want it to be with the people that you care about, that you take time to to take steps right towards that, right? So we're going to keep discussing that also in day 4 episode 2, live life to the fullest and keep the laughter going, okay? Where we're going to have round 3. Let's finish the phrase, you know you are exhausted when, okay? We had, again, my family and I, we had such a great time with it during week, on day 2, episode 2. We had such a great time with it. Again, we came up with so many things that were going on in our lives where we could finish that phrase. And so we're going to keep the laughter going with that, and we're going to share those with you. Again, there's going to be other phrases or other things that we're going to do as I go along, right? To give you guys that daily laughter, okay? But for right now, there's so many great ones with the phrase, you know you are exhausted when, that we're going to keep that going. And my husband, Scott, okay, is going to join me today on the laughter, okay? On day 3, episode 2, okay, my son Scotty, all right, he's Scott the second. We call him Scotty, right? He joined in on the laughter, so hope you got a chance to check out day 3, episode 2. So check out day 4, episode 2 for my husband Scott, who's going to join me on the laughter. Again, thanks for spending part of your day with me. I hope you're subscribing if you haven't subscribed as yet. So please subscribe, because I think a lot of things that I am going through, that I'm discussing, or anything that I see that inspires or motivate me that day, I think it's things that you can relate to, and I hope you can benefit from it. So please make sure you subscribe. So I appreciate your time again, and I will see you on day 4, episode 2. All right, have a great day.